You're right on time for Hope TV Newswatch on this 25th day of March 2025. A very good evening to you wherever you're watching us from, and welcome to the broadcast. My name is Kimani, and signing for us tonight is Boniface Murithi. We begin with the former Turkana County Attorney Erastus Ethekon has expressed confidence in his ability to handle the pressures of being the next IEBC chairperson. During his appearance before the selection panel, Ethekon acknowledged the challenges of the role and the mixed reactions the application process has received. Other candidates, including Francis Kissinger, Jacob Muvenge, and Joy Brenda Masinde, also appeared for interviews. The process will conclude on Wednesday, after which the interviews for the member position will begin.
The issue of gazettement so that voter registration can go on. What is your take? Because it's actually the Secretariat which should be able to do that. Because why? Is it a problem in the regulations or in the law? Because the law says voter registration should be a continuous process. So Kenyans are wondering, why should IEBC staff all over the country be handing even salaries in the first place? What do you think you'll be able to do as a chairman to ensure that this process of voter registration is continuous? Because like now, if the commissioners are not there, they're not doing anything much, why should they not be doing voter registration in the first place?
I think my understanding at the moment is that the law as it is, arising from the constitutional provision that makes IEBC a corporate entity, that corporate entity now makes it, in terms of decision making, it is the commission constituted as a board that makes some of those decisions, and including looking at the voter registration arrangements and okaying it. And if you look at the Elections Act, most decisions originate by way of gazette. Presidential election or vacancy has been declared, the chairman will gazette. Voter registration, chairman will gazette. Voter education. So for me, we need to look at the law as it is and to ask ourselves, does it serve public interest to continue doing things this way, or public interest will better be served if we decentralize some of these things, so that then all that is needed is some kind of delegation of responsibility to the Secretariat to run with it.
Now, former Cabinet Minister Raphael Tuju has called for a thorough investigation into 5 Supreme Court judges and 2 senior lawyers, accusing them of misconduct and unethical behavior in a case involving a 4.5 billion shillings loan dispute with the East African Development Bank. Tuju, who appeared before the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission today, seeking action against the judges and lawyers he claims were part of a flawed legal process that led to the auctioning of his 27-acre property in Nairobi. Our reporter, Modoni Kariuki, with more on this.
Former Cabinet Minister Raphael Tuju is now accusing 5 Supreme Court judges of bias in a property dispute case that could cost him his land. The case centers around a loan of 4.5 billion Kenya shillings he owes to the East African Development Bank, which led to the auctioning of his hotel. The 5 judges, Deputy Chief Justice Philomena Mwilu, Justice Mohamed Ibrahim, Justice Smoking Wanjala, Justice Njoki Ndongo, and Justice William Ouko, a decision Tuju argues was a predetermined move to uphold the auctioning of his property.
I was here specifically because of the challenges that I have with the Supreme Court. Some Supreme Court judges, not all, I must say, some Supreme Court judges. I've written to my case at the JSC was filed in April last year. So that's 11 months ago.
Tuju has now turned to the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, EACC, where he presented what he claims is evidence of misconduct. According to Tuju, the judge's recusal created a biased outcome in the case, ultimately siding with the Courts of Appeal decision to auction his property. He has also raised concerns about a court order that barred the judges from appearing before the Judicial Service Commission, preventing further investigation into their conduct. Dissatisfied with the ruling, Tuju filed a petition against the judges, which he says cannot be heard due to the court's intervention.
I never made a request for removal of judges. But whatever case I had, I presented it to the Judicial Service Commission. What the judges are doing is that they don't want to reply to the accusations I made against them at the Judicial Service Commission. So they have gone to court to stop the Judicial Commission from getting their response. The question I'm asking is that why are they afraid to respond? As I wait for her reply, it was important that I share some of the issues of ethical violations and possible corruption matters involved in this case to the relevant authority, which is the EACC.
Tuju's accusation does not stop with the judges. He's also targeting two senior lawyers, Fred Ojiambo and Professor Githu Muigai, who represented EADB in the case. Tuju claims they submitted fraudulent affidavits to the Supreme Court, which played a significant role in his legal defeat.
Nimekuwa na mkutano na chairman wa EACC na nimemweleza na nimempatia evidence fulani ya misconduct ya yale ambayo nafikiria kama EACC ni vizuri wachunguze.
Reporting for Hope TV Newswatch, I'm Modoni Kariuki.
Thank you so much, Modoni, for that report. Moving on swiftly, and the Vihiga Senator Godfrey Osotsi, who is also the deputy chairman of the ODM party, has emphasized that the party is determined to secure 30% of leadership positions in the national government for the Western region. Osotsi has defended ODM's role in the current government, saying it is vital for balanced representation.
Wale wengine ambao wanaongea kando, hao walisaini mkataba ati watapata 30%. Miaka 2.5 wameshindwa kuleta 30%. Sasa mtu wache sisi ODM tulete 30%. Ama namna gani? Ile mlishindwa, sisi tunaenda kuleta kupitia kwa Raila Amolo Agwambo, si ndio? Sasa watu wangu wa Luanda South ambao mnapenda baba, mimi nitamwambia nilikuwa hapa, tumeongea mambo ya SGR na hata ile petition mtanipa. Nyingine nitapeleka Senate na nyingine nipelekee baba.
Now, leaders from the East African Community and Southern African Development Community have called for immediate action to address the escalating security crisis in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. During a virtual summit co-chaired by Presidents William Ruto and Emerson Mnangagwa, the heads of state approved a report from the EAC and SADC ministers. The report outlines key steps for a ceasefire and a cessation of hostilities and proposes the establishment of a secretariat to oversee the implementation of the decisions made at the summit.
Strong foundation for our discussions today.
The situation in Eastern DRC is not getting better, it is getting worse. And therefore, it is a source of concern, not just for DRC as a country, but all of us in the East African community and SADC, because it has the potential to spill over into our countries with the attendant serious consequences of displacement of people, loss of life, and the challenges of instability that it will come with it. And therefore, I want to thank all the heads of state who have demonstrated their commitment by attending this virtual meeting. It is a confirmation that we are all concerned, rightfully, about the situation in our neighborhood, and all of us are taking steps to see to it that we do everything that we can to resolve the issue in Eastern DRC to the best of our ability. Allow me, Excellencies, also to commend and congratulate our two brothers, President Felix Tshisekedi and President Kagame, for a face-to-face engagement that they have had in the last few days. Again, a clear demonstration on their part that they are equally committed to seeing to it that we resolve the matters in Eastern DRC and also that affect our countries and our region. Number three, let me commend our defense chiefs who have had several meetings in preparation for the summit, and also our ministers of defense and ministers of foreign affairs for the preparations they have undertaken to facilitate us having this meeting. The primary objective of which will be to discuss the report of our ministers of foreign affairs and defense that was informed to a great extent by the meetings of the defense chiefs.
Well, it is exactly 11 minutes past the top of the hour. Time now for a short break, but immediately after, I'll be back with the business and the sports news. Stick around.
Rafiki soul is a promise of a hand that reaches and goes beyond what angaza tumaini kote. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. Rafiki soul is a promise of a hand that reaches and goes beyond watangaza tumaini kote. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. I'm forever grateful. Ninashukuru ukarimu, ukarimu. Rafiki msoul.
Friends of Hope, keeping hope alive.
My people from Kisumu City, Kisumu Dala, they call it Europe, and of course these are my learned friends, the people from the Lakeside City, Lakeside County. My name is Favored Frank, and of course, just to let you know that on the 29th of this month, this March, the year 2025, we're gonna be having an amazing recording of the Overflow Show at Sitam Kisumu. You don't want to miss this because we'll be talking about addictions among the young people. You don't want to miss, and of course, guess what?
I'm going to be joining Frank Favored. I go by the name Maria Makau Mondi. My in-laws, Zuko Kisumu, we are kujain.
Masevegi.
Oh, bas, mashemko. Tunakuja kwa mpigo vile Frank anasema. I'm not going to be on the overflow, but guess what? I'm going to be on the Sitam Kisumu.
It's a church
service.
Yeah.
So you're going to join us. We're going to be interacting. You're going to have a tent selling merchandise, and most importantly, joining with you, Rafiki Mso, to tell you all about us and also to tell you thank you for supporting us. My name is Maria Makau Mondi.
And of course, Favored Frank, tell a friend to tell a friend. Invite one, invite 2 people, 10 people. Let's do this together, guys.
Erokamano.
Ahinya.
All right.
One thing I've learned about leadership, just generally in leadership, the leader is not the smartest person in the room. All right? He's not always the smartest person. When you're a leader, your strength is in the ability to be able to harness the gifts around you. It's the same thing in the family. All right? Like I said, your wife is a very smart person. So you don't shut her down. All right? But you allow her to, you pick those ideas, you discuss them, and one of you, you make them your own.
Definitely.
It's like even in any organization, as the CEO, for example, you're not necessarily the smartest person in that organization, but you get around yourself people who are smart, people who are good in what they do, and then you take all those ideas and then you lead. And guess who takes credit at the end of the day? You take the credit at the end of the day. Because you're the leader.
You're the leader.
Isn't it? You know. So that's what leadership is all about. So being able to also just harness all those gifts that God has given you through your wife and one of you, but being able to chart the way forward.
Men on Record, every Friday at 7 p.m.
Welcome back. You're watching Hope TV Newswatch. Now let's get down to business. And Kenya is set to become the hub for food systems financing innovation, hosting the highly anticipated Finance Summit 2025 from the 20th to the 22nd of May at the Kenyatta International Conference Center in Nairobi. The summit will focus on bridging the financing gaps in Africa's agri-food sector, which is crucial to the continent's economic growth, under the theme Taking Ownership, Rethinking Sustainable Financing for Africa's Food Systems. The event will bring together global leaders, policymakers, and innovators and financial experts to discuss and develop sustainable solutions for securing Africa's food future.
About how to model our frameworks, our policies in this part of the world. And then evidence on tracking financing flows for food systems in Africa. You always hear arguments about how much is going to the sector. There are numbers, but really how much is going to this? And I think
which means that we'll have to also optimize the way we allocate resources. Bringing this home, it is estimated that we also have to rethink about how Kenya also control its food loss and waste. So looking ahead, we must embrace innovation and define new norms to support the food system growth. Traditional funding, as I mentioned, are no longer sufficient, and we have to look at a wider avenue to mobilize resources. We need to explore creative and innovative solutions by leveraging technology, fostering public-private partnership, and adopting sustainable practices to maximize the impact of every dollar invested.
We give attention to either animals, livestock, or crops in a way that we believe that they are of value and they need attention every day. That should happen. Otherwise, we can talk, we can discuss, and the finances are continuously running away. But ask yourself, why is agriculture not attractive?
Moving on swiftly, and Kericho Governor Dr. Eric Mutai has announced that the county government has achieved 90% progress in opening local storage facilities for farmers to access seeds and fertilizers with ease. The governor has urged farmers to collect fertilizers from nearby depots to support this planting season.
Call upon our farmers across the county because of the rains. Let us take advantage of the able rains. Let us go to your nearest store and NCBB to collect your fertilizers. I know messages has come to your phones, alerts that the fertilizers are there and the foragers are there. So we just call upon our farmers to be able to go and please collect and buy your fertilizers in your nearest store that the county government has supported you. The future of this nation is on forestall food security and be able to produce as opposed to consumption. And that something that fertilizers goes a long way in ensuring that we do.
Now, Mogo, an asset financial company, has launched the Best Price Guarantee campaign today. The campaign aims to offer affordable and accessible car logbook loans in Kenya. They have further enhanced their customer experience by creating a website that allows applicants to apply for their services efficiently.
Mogo Kenya is a subsidiary of 11 Group, headquartered in Latvia, Europe.
It is a privilege to stand before you today as we launch Mogo's Best Price Guarantee for car logbook loans. So the entire Mogo team has been working hard to deliver the best possible price for car logbook loans.
Mogo Best Price Guarantee is just not a campaign, but it is about commitment and a promise to all our customers and prospects that we will always offer the best deal, as Farrell, my colleague, has said.
Aya, I'm not go TV stream. It's free.
Go TV Stream iko mkononi na ni free. Download Go TV Stream app for free. Enjoy live TV na shows kamia nane. Download and watch later anytime, anywhere. Go TV Stream iko mkononi na ni free. Available to active subscribers. Go TV. Love it.
My people from Kisumu City, Kisumu Dala, they call it Europe, and of course these are my learned friends, the people from the Lakeside City, Lakeside County. My name is Favored Frank, and of course, just to let you know that on the 29th of this month, this March, the year 2025, we're gonna be having an amazing recording of the Overflow Show at Sitam Kisumu. You don't want to miss this because we'll be talking about addictions among the young people. You don't want to miss. And of course, guess what?
I'm going to be joining Frank Favored. I go by the name Maria Makau Mondi. My in-laws, Zuko Kisumu, we are kujain.
Masemegi.
Oh, bas, mashemko. Tunakuja kwa mpigo vile Frank anasema. I'm not going to be on the Overflow, but guess what? I'm going to be on the Sitam Kisumu.
It's a church
service.
Yeah.
So you're going to join us. We're going to be interacting. You're going to have a tent selling merchandise. And most importantly, joining with you, Rafiki Mso, to tell you all about us and also to tell you thank you for supporting us. My name is Maria Makau Mondi.
And of course, Favored Frank, tell a friend to tell a friend. Invite one, invite 2 people, 10 people. Let's do this together, guys.
Erokamano.
Ahinya.
All right.
One thing I've learned about leadership, just generally in leadership, the leader is not the smartest person in the room. All right? He's not always the smartest person. When you're a leader, your strength is in the ability to be able to harness the gifts around you. It's the same thing in the family. All right? Like I said, your wife is a very smart person. So you don't shut her down. All right? But you allow her to, you pick those ideas, you discuss them, and one of you, you make them your own.
Definitely.
It's like even in any organization, as the CEO, for example, you're not necessarily the smartest person in that organization, but you get around yourself people who are smart, people who are good in what they do, and then you take all those ideas and then you lead. And guess who takes credit at the end of the day? You take the credit at the end of the day. Because you're the leader.
You're the leader.
Isn't it? You know. So that's what leadership is all about. So being able to also just harness all those gifts that God has given you through your wife and one of you, but being able to chart the way forward.
Men on Record, every Friday at 7 p.m.
And to some sports in action now, the Football Kenya Federation has raised its concerns following an insecurity incident witnessed on Sunday at Nyayo National Stadium in Nairobi, leading to the assault of Mumias East Member of Parliament Peter Salasia. and the destruction of the stadium's main gate by fans during the Harambee Stars match against Gabon. The federation's president, Hussein Mohamed, has stated that both the federation and the government will collaborate to ensure that there are more security officers in the stadium in future matches to avoid such inconveniences. Our reporter Ianson Mogeria with more on this.
The Football Federation of Kenya, FKF, has condemned the insecurity incident witnessed on Sunday at Nyayo Stadium, Nairobi, leading to the assault of Mumias East MP Peter Salasia and the destruction of the stadium's main gate by fans during the Harambee Stars match against Gabon. Speaking earlier today at Nyayo Stadium, FKF President Hussein Mohamed has now stated that Federation is now working hand in hand with the security sector in order to ensure the security is tightened during the stadium in future matches.
The machinery, our brothers and sisters in the disciplined forces are working hand in hand with us, and we've discussed the lapses, we've discussed the gains as well, and we are going to work together moving forward. We are thankful to the police for the good job they did for us on Sunday. We have agreed on areas of improvement, and we will continue to collaborate with the police to ensuring that future games become even more and more successful, and that the fan experience, once again, like I said, is memorable.
While noting some of their development plans in the stadium, Mohamed has now emphasized that they are working hard to improve the stadium to ensure that it meets international standards.
There's certain improvements that need to be made, and some of it is already in progress. And I think the chairman can talk about that, because he chairs LOC, which has infrastructure underneath it, which has all the other departments within that committee, or within our committees. So I think the chair will also talk a little bit about it. But we've discussed it, and we need quite a bit of improvement. But also we need to ask ourselves, what caliber of games, looking at Nyayo, the age of the stadium, what caliber of games can it host? Is it really feasible to host another game of that magnitude at Nyayo? Because I think those fans will attract another, 10,000, 20,000 extra based on that good experience they had here. So can we sustain it, so that we acknowledge where we had challenges, and together we find solutions, and find long-term solutions at that, so that tomorrow we have a better national team, we have a better infrastructure, whatever stadium, and our infrastructure grows and develops over time.
As he was thanking the fans who attended the match, Mohamed has now urged fans to turn out in large numbers this coming Sunday for the Mashemeji Derby between Gor Mahia and the FC Leopards.
This coming Sunday, Kenyan football fans will be treated to another exciting match as the Mashemeji Derby takes center stage. We encourage fans to turn out in large numbers and to enjoy the game in a festive mood, just as we witnessed on Sunday.
Meanwhile, as he was condemning the fans who violently destroyed the stadium's main gate, the Chan chairman Nicholas Mosonye has now stated that the actions taken by the fans were illegal, thus urging them to change and rectify on such misconduct.
The bad manners is you have no ticket and you want to force yourself in. I want to thank them. They have some improvement. They have improved. But the bad manners of coming in to force their way through when you have no ticket, now I want them to change on that one.
Reporting for Hope Newswatch, my name is Ianson Mungeria.
Thank you so much, Ianson, for that report. Now, Magadi Boys Junior Secondary School from Kisumu East Sub-County and Nyamome Junior School are the champions of the M-Pesa Junior NBA Nyanza Region Edition Finals held at the Kenyatta Sports Ground. In a tightly contested 5-on-5 boys final, Magadi Boys Junior Secondary School edged out Kanyameda School 13-7. In the girls category, Nyamome Junior School delivered a dominant performance, crushing Lisana Junior Secondary School 21-3.
The last 2 days, that's Saturday the 22nd and Sunday the 23rd. This was our fourth and final tournament in Kisumu, and what was happening is we had a junior school tournament. We've had 40 schools, 20 boys schools and 20 girls schools, and it's been just a weekend filled of basketball and mainly just development, because this is I think the second year basketball is being played in junior school or primary school. So yeah, that's what was happening over the weekend. I think growing up, we were told a lot of education is key, but nobody ever really clarified that education is also expensive. So for me, basketball solved that problem for me. Like, it paid for my school and a lot of other things. So I think it's big because it's opening all these doors of opportunities to these kids. Like, I know some of them will be professional, some of them will just get an education out of it. So there is a lot more that can happen. And some of them is just, basketball is healthy. It's a healthy sport, and just to keep fit in a positive way to just, interact and make friends. So yeah.
Well, with that, we come to the end of our news tonight. Many thanks to you for making time to watch Hope TV Newswatch. We really do appreciate the value of your time. On behalf of the amazing team that made this bulletin a success, have yourselves a blessed night. My name is Kimani, and signing for us tonight has been Boniface Moredi.